Now's the time to impress them with your school layout. Well, my first school didn't have much to impress them with. This school's beautiful. My first school, you know, I had a mat. It was called commercial carpet glued to cement. That was my mat. I had a push-up area. It was called cinder block. You know, so I had all those things. But that was the era when I had 12 students. And I could never seem to get more than 12 students. And everybody that came in tried and trained for a while. And, you know, they loved it. They all loved what they did. But it was just a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too hard. So what was happening was I wasn't really listening at that point to my students' needs. I wasn't really paying attention. And we really, for us to help them get what they need, we have to listen. So we have to know what they want. I'm going to take you for a tour. So if I could ask each of you, let's stand up, let's go up to the front door, and I'm going to just go through what I do with the school. This is not necessarily the right way to do it. This is one way to do it. And understand that if I try something and then I see it's not working, I switch gears and change automatically. I will change. I find that, well, that wasn't good to say. Whew, that was pretty stupid of me. And I start singing and I'm not getting the results that I need. I adapt. I change. You have to have, I call it rigid flexibility. And what do I mean by that? Let me tell you, I'm strict. I'm very set in my ways. I do things a certain way. I. You hear that word? But there's a time when you have to look and listen and say, maybe what I think is right is not the best way. And I need to change slightly and modify my behavior. So I call it rigid flexibility. When a student comes into my school and they walk in, they don't know what, the hardest thing for them to do is open that door and walk in here because they don't know what's on the other side. So I walk in and I smile. My first thing, smile. Us! How are you, young man? Thank you very much for joining us. And thank you very much for coming to school. My name's Kiyoshi. What's your name?
Leon.
Oh, Leon. It's my pleasure to meet you. Did you ever, hey, how did you do it? How did you just happen to walk into school? You were walking by?
Taking a look at the area, I saw the school and I just popped in.
Wow, that's fantastic. It's great, great, great. Well, welcome to our school. This is our school. Did you ever study martial arts before?
No, sir.
No? Ah, it's unbelievable. Great. So we're gonna try to give you a little. You mind if I give you a little tour and show you around the school?
I'd love to see the place.
All right, cool. So that's kind of like a little introduction. I want to make him feel welcome. And it can't be fake. It has to be sincere. Because you know what? When you're phony, it comes out. And if they don't catch it then, they're going to catch it later. So if you're happy to see them, make sure they know you're happy. If you're not happy to see them, then you're not going to have a customer. You're not going to have a student. Because it's all about this young man who's going to train. It's all about the student. Well, I would go through a whole I would talk to that person, find out what they want. Get information from them. And I'm going to offer information. A lot of times people are going to call or come in, and what's the first thing they're going to say? How much is it? Why do people do that? Well, I'll give you an answer. The reason they do it is they don't know what else to ask. Does anybody ever give you instructions on how to search for a karate school? No. What's the first question? Logical questions. Well, how much is it? How much for what? And then the thing is, you got to take control of the conversation. You have to ask the questions because they don't know what to ask besides how much is it. Now, once I have someone into the school and I get an idea of what their goals are, what they want to get out of training, then I'll determine what type of a program or martial arts experience would be best for them. And then I can give them a realistic price. That's the right way for me to approach that price question. What do they need first? Let me make sure that I can provide what you're asking for. And if I can, I will figure out a plan for you. Let me show you around the school. When you become a student in our school, you're going to have a membership card. You'll scan your card here. Attendance is gonna go into the computer. Come on, if you don't mind, slip off your shoes. Follow me. This is the front area. This is our pro shop. This is where we have supplies. Anything you need for training, you can get here. Now, before we enter the school, we always show respect. And the way we show respect is by bowing. And it's not that because someone is better than you, it's a mutual respect. It's from an instructor to a student and a student to an instructor. And we would first bow and say, "Us!" and step into the classroom. And follow me. Us! The next position. Us.
Sorry, go ahead.
Us. Us. This is good. You guys are good. You're all fantastic students.
Us.
But the next thing that we would do when it's coming into the school is the students would put their bags underneath the benches. Those are invisible benches right there, right now. Okay, and put their coat, their shoes and jackets and everything here. So the students' personal belongings would be inside this area. Let me just tell you a little bit about the school here. These are swing mats. These mats, best mats made, they use them in the Olympics. They're invented by a guy named Mike Swain, won the Olympics in he won a gold medal in the Olympics in 1992 in Seoul, Korea. Fantastic mats. Then we have full-length mirrors, so that when you're practicing routines, you can see yourself, you can modify your form and your stance, and check your focus. Kicking targets and shields and wall padding, just for safety. Since we do a lot of throws and rolls and things like that, there's a possibility you can end up close to a pole. We just want to be safe. Come on down this way now, I'll show you. Over here we have the restroom. You see, we try to keep it clean, try to keep it stocked. And for the women, we even keep special stock on sanitary accessories in the cabinet, just in case something happens one day, God forbid. Now, children, we would expect to come dressed to our class. We don't have locker rooms. We really don't need locker rooms. We're here to train, so we're going to use all our space for training purposes. Over back to the back rear there, we have our emergency exit. And over here, behind that wall, we have our office. It's an open-door office. We'd never take children back there without a parent present, even though it's an open-door office. And the open-door office would make it comfortable for a female to come in and sit down with us and have a conversation. It's not closed. This way, there's also video I can see from back in my office. You can see right through that glass thing there. And I can see the floor. So even if I had to walk away for a moment while another instructor was